back last year.
Yeah, an OGN when Blizzard was Dandelion in that team. He played fantastic, but TNT definitely did overshadow, as you say. Will he be able to step out of that shadow one more time and close this out for Talon? Oh, well, X-BowMaster, the Korean stalwart of the region, basically been here since day one of competitive play. Will he be able to take the victory here? We'll find out.
Let's see, with an E-Ways, Dark Prince.
So Log comes down to get rid of those goblins. Wall breakers lined up on the other side. Now there's no Log. Bandit will be able to help one of them go down, but one does get a connection in there. Bandit versus Bandit is always fun to watch. I love the charges coming in.
It is. Sometimes it's because a dash usually eats a lot of those shots and even goes through all the spells. There are some funny moments, like the Mega Knight jumping behind it.
Yeah, well, Miner played defensively there for X-BowMaster, so Blizzard finds a way to get his own in, answered by that Dark Prince at the back, and loads up with Wall Breakers on the left-hand side. Log is going to be in hand for this one, though.
Yeah, keeping those Bandit alive for both player will certainly be the key. Sometimes that much HP is just enough to get an extra dash.
Ooh, eating a pretty nasty dash there. Good exchange for Blizzard here. Is getting probably the benefit in some of these exchanges. Just a little bit, but every little helps. And there are the Wall Breakers going down that side. Dark Prince is going to be able to answer that.
Yeah, so Mega Knight seems to be the last card for Blizzard for 3.3. Or even a little lower than that because of the bats instead. But X-BowMaster, is it just the minor poison, or are we waiting for that grape? Are we waiting for the giant to pair up here?
Could be a Mega Knight as well. E-Wiz comes down, stops everything there. One big jump in. E-Wiz is going to get a very healthy connection. It's quite, yeah, 1982. Closing things up is X-BowMaster here. Wall Breakers split at the bridge. Dark Prince is going to be there. The Miner will help finish that up. The Musketeer stuck at the bridge is going to go down, so there's going to be a healthy Miner crossing the river here.
See the Wall Breaker. Yeah, not bad with the Log. He's still holding on to the Log every single time, and Blizzard hasn't really been splitting those Wall Breakers too many times. Instead, it's the P.E.K.K.A. We were waiting for a big body.
Big body we got in that P.E.K.K.A. Very interesting choice from X-BowMaster to bring the P.E.K.K.A. version
Which
here.
is lovely against the Mega Knight.
Yeah, how is Blizzard going to be able to deal with this one? It does go down to the Musketeer and the Bats. The Bandit tries to get a charge across the river, but instantly thrown back on her own side. And this is a kind of big push, but the Log comes out again. The Bats are there to clean up the Wall Breakers. Blizzard cannot get these Wall Breakers to break through.
The X-BowMaster trying to just cycle this one out with the poison, and he does have the right answer against the Mega Knight, so the problem lies on Blizzard. How well can he actually defend those dashes from the opponent's Bandit with those Goblins? I think those are the key. And maybe with a Zap, can he open up a timing for those Wall Breakers to connect?
It's looking harder and harder for Blizzard to get these Wall Breakers getting any damage on the tower. X-BowMaster shut down every single Wall Breaker that has come through.
Even a defensive Miner just in case there. X-BowMaster does not want to take any more hits. So finally Wall Breaker now splitting.
Yeah, and another Log. Blizzard just isn't getting anything done every time that he has a Wall Breaker play. Yeah, the Log is coming down. X-BowMaster's holding on to it.
Yeah, at least the dash on the bottom right actually connected, so that was a couple extra 100 damage there.
I thought that was going to be another hit from a bat just to add that little bit of extra distance between these two players, but the Wall Breakers again shut down with a great Log. How can Blizzard win this one? It's looking more and more impossible.
Yeah, poison getting its worth, and the Log oftentimes just taking care of those Wall Breakers, and the Bandit just straight up tossing each other's damage away. 3 seconds left, and that's it.
X-BowMaster will take this as the health ticks down. X-BowMaster shut down nearly every wall breaker time and time again, even when he didn't have a login cycle to get the ball rolling. And the ball has started to roll here as Fav X-BowMaster in blue at the bottom goes up against Talon's Blizzard in red at the top. And wall breakers straight out the bat for Blizzard.
Yeah, Blizzard again with the wall breakers and the bandit, but X-BowMaster seems like he's playing something else with the cage bat.
I mean, cage bat can be pretty much anything right now.
Yeah, but less likely for those wall breakers now, though.
Yep. Well, the bats from Blizzard are going to get a few hits, but the E-Wiz instantly dropped on top. Closes that down there. Getting the split damage on both the tower and the Goblin Cage is the E-Wiz, so this is some good early damage for X-BowMaster. Wall breakers in for Blizzard down that right-hand side. What are you in at there, G-Clef?
Trying to think what X-BowMaster has. I mean, if it's again with the bandit, which with the arrows, I don't think. So this time, even with Blizzard having that zap, I think that's also going to be the key. I think he really felt that zap was the key, one of the key spells that X-BowMaster had in the last matchup that they had.
All right, well, the wall breakers coming in again, and another answer there. The Dark Prince closes that down. Doesn't have the log this time, so later on in the game, those wall breakers might prove to be problematic. If the cycle can work that way for Blizzard, we'll have to see. The miner comes in the back, answered with an E-Wiz, and then we have a loose Goblin Brawler going down the left-hand side.
Taking minimum damage so far, X-BowMaster was taking some minor damage, which was about it.
Wall breakers go down the left. X-BowMaster has plenty of elixirs to deal with it, but one does sneak past that Dark Prince, who's slightly played to the left, which isn't that good, and it is going to be a Sparky from X-BowMaster.
It's a weird version of Sparky, and we've seen some giant Sparkies.
There you go.
Yes. If it's Goblin Giant, I was going to mention, but it was a weird combination with it, and there's that Giant now, but which is okay.
He held on for it for so long, though. You'd think he would have maybe played that Sparky a little bit earlier and tried to get the ball rolling just before double elixir time.
I think he was waiting for that Mega Knight, but Blizzard just held on to it just a little longer, which is still okay with the cage, dragging it, even the bandit.
Well, the bandit does get answered by the brawler in the tower, but the miner for Blizzard is getting work done on that bottom right-hand side. Okay, and the bats, one bat connects onto the tower under the protection of the giant here. 1-8-1-2. So X-BowMaster is on the back foot a little bit, but he does have an answer for nearly everything that Blizzard has. So will this advantage continue for Blizzard? We'll have to find out.
How long can you keep that Sparky in or out for both players? Blizzard does have an extra zap to save his day when things get out of trouble.
Well, Mega Knight dropped again. This time it's not getting that splash damage on the Sparky, which is pretty bad for Blizzard. He needed that to start connecting, but I think it's going to get shut down by this Musketeer. It's going to be close. Oh, does get the splash! The splash damage from the Sparky connecting. That is one of the problems of playing the Musketeer so close to your tower against
It usually happens with the Musketeer all the time. And even offensive zap from X-BowMaster to keep that Sparky. And even the Giant getting some punches in the tower now.
Another Sparky played here for X-BowMaster. Good zap, turns around.
And a great miner from Blizzard, delaying another shot from the Sparky.
Sparky's going to go down to the Musketeer this time. And the wall breaker is shut down by X-BowMaster.
Yeah, with the miner placement, Blizzard was trying to connect at least one of those wall breakers to the right, but did not have the chance to do so. Okay, without the cage, the Giant still pretty healthy, and this might be it.
It is indeed X-BowMaster taking game 1v1. He held on to that giant Sparky forever. Forever!
Yeah, for a very long time.
He didn't even play, like, usually you will see if you're playing something like that, the first Sparky comes down at 1 minute. But he held on for it for so long.
So, for Blizzard, it was even worse.
You want that Mega Knight to get the damage onto the Sparky, but it didn't. And this is the Sparky that gets the damage through the Musketeer here. Look at that. You
so
hate to see it.
Did he not have Zap? Because he played Wall Breaker. Certainly he had enough elixirs.
I think he was expecting to be able to beat it, or it wasn't in Cycle because he played it just there. It would have been maybe 1 card out of Cycle. But yeah, the Giant was just too much. And X-BowMaster takes the first game between these two. Matchup advantage, you would say X-BowMaster had the matchup advantage, right?
Yeah, against the Mega Knight, even the cage, Giant can actually take a whole lot of shots.
So it is going to be X-BowMaster who took game 1 here today for Fav versus Talon. Will he be able to do it again and take game 2 from Blizzard and put Fav Gaming 2-1 up? We'll find out. The Miner comes in here from Blizzard and Spear Goblins from X-BowMaster. Heal Spirit as well played at the bridge, just cycling through that. Bats played at the back. G-Clef. I can see thinking. What are you thinking here?
Hogs from X-BowMaster. Firecracker?
Still possible.
More likely with the RG though.
There you go.
You don't really see those Spear Goblins too much along with that RG.
All right, well, the Goblin Cage is played right at the front, which means that Brawler is going to go to town on the Royal Giant, but still, you take 2 hits. And another Goblin Cage comes down. So it is Goblin Cage Cycle versus Miner.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Graveyard. So against, and I think X-BowMaster with this version still has a Knight in the back of his hand, so which is also okay against the Graveyard.
Yeah, well, Royal Delivery coming in, stopping that there. Delivery has been... I thought we would see more deliveries by the time we got to game 2 in the 1v1. I thought we would have seen a lot more in the King of the Hill, but it's still relatively niche, seemingly here on the east.
Lava. All the way.
So this is going to make it hard to defend. Good placement by X-BowMaster, splitting up the Spear Goblins and that Firecracker so that they don't both get poisoned down, but how is he going to be able to defend this? And the answer is pretty much perfectly, taking next to no damage from that Lava Hound Pumps.
Yeah, actually forgot about the Miner, so excuse me over there with the Graveyard call. But Lava Blizzard actually is in deep trouble. He does have the Cage and the Dark Prince, but it takes a long time. And there's that EQ.
That's really going to help out. And the Firecracker getting that splash damage into the tower just once. In comes the delivery just to block and protect that Firecracker. And this Firecracker basically is the Highlander of all Firecrackers. It is not going down, and there can be only one of them. Because as soon as it goes, another one pops up.
Also really good against all the lavas. Delivery being one of the perfect tools against it. And
the Miner activates the King Tower. Is it going to be that problematic?
Yes.
With the advantage that...
Even with the advantage X-BowMaster already had, King Tower activation is crucial.
I mean...
Yeah, Blizzard already says good game because unless there's a huge mistake from X-BowMaster, I think this is...
He just does not have the
uphill
tools.
Slope.
Doesn't really have the tools to deal with this Royal Giant.
Perfect EQ for X-BowMaster. RG with the heal continues to rise. One more hit from the RG.
Yep, 2-4-2. Royal Delivery comes down again and closes all that up. 17:69, and there is 1 minute 30 left. So X-BowMaster can play this nice and slow if he feels like, or he could finish it with 2 EQs.
Yeah, the moment the lava goes down, RG time, or EQ cycle, X-BowMaster, he can finish this with style. So Blizzard, knowing his fate, can't really do too much about this now.
Yep, it's like watching a car crash in slow motion. As the last earthquake
There it
comes
is!
in.
X-BowMaster 2-0! Wow!
And that puts us to 2-1. Match point
So
goes to Fav.
X-BowMaster 4 games in a row. That's impressive. And the decks he has brought sort of somewhat of a mix between the two. There's one with the Heal Spirit, another with the Knight. But without the Knight, just having the Heal Spirit with the Spear Goblins with the RG Firecracker. Love the combination here.
Yeah, these Firecrackers did so much defensive work for X-BowMaster. First off, it protects your Royal Giant from a distance. Second off, it just deals so much damage. And the Royal Delivery as well, proving once again that it is a clutch card.
Cage, like the one tool that can be good against the RG. But of course, every single RG Firecracker deck with an EQ right now. So the Cage has to be popped easily. And when you have that Lava, your only other defensive ground is Defensive Miner and the Dark Prince, which is also pretty hard. With the Mega Mini and Baby Dragon, it takes a whole lot of seconds to delete that RG.
Well, it pretty much was X-BowMaster's game to lose. And